Hi everyone, my name's Paul Olivier and thanks for joining me here at How Computing. Today we're going to go through our second video in our series on how to use YouTube for beginners and intermediates. Today we're going to be going through how to access YouTube from your computer's desktop and also a bit about the YouTube homepage and what you can expect to find there. Now this is the first video in our series where we're using screen sharing software, so I'll just quickly go through what that means. You're seeing my screen at the moment in the video, and you're also seeing what we would call my mouse cursor. So this is the mouse cursor moving around the screen here. It's highlighted to make it easier for you to follow, and you're also going to be able to see when, and probably hear when I click the mouse button, and also double clicking as well. Now, we're making a couple of assumptions in this video. The first one is that you probably already know how to access the internet at least, and maybe you're using smaller scale things like email and that sort of stuff. But if you're not quite up to that level, this YouTube video series is going to be very much step by step, and the purpose of it is to try and get you on board so that you're able to subscribe to the channel, so that you're also then able to get the rest of our videos, and we'll probably make videos on how to use the internet a bit better and how to do things like emails and that sort of stuff as well. So accessing the internet from your desktop, you're going to be looking for something called a browser. Now, if you've sort of never used the internet before, the one that you're probably going to have pre-installed on your machine is going to be Internet Explorer, which is this symbol here down on the bottom left. Now, if you're using a different operating system than what I am using, then it's not going to look exactly the same as all of this. You're going to have maybe different icons, you're going to have maybe a different layout. And if you're using an earlier version than Windows 8, so it could be Windows 7 or Vista or XP, maybe anything earlier even, then you're going to be looking for something similar to this. So this would be your start menu, and down here, clicking on that button will bring up the rest of this stuff here. You can see up here that you've got Internet Explorer, but also if it's not there, you can click all programs and you should be able to find Internet Explorer there. Now, all three browsers would be very similar. So all three browsers down here are going to access YouTube in a very similar way. And for the purposes of the video today, I'm going to be using Firefox, but you can use your pre-existing browser that you already use. Now, there's a number of ways to get onto YouTube. So you're able to access YouTube by searching from the Google search bar, or going through Bing to search for it, or typing it. Or you're almost looking at the three boxes here. I could almost type it anywhere and it would and you would find YouTube. Now, the way that we're going to access it today though is by using www.youtube.com. Now, I'm putting that into what we would call the address bar. So most browsers, 99% of browsers are going to have an address bar up the top here. So if you look at Internet Explorer, that has an address bar. And if you look at Google Chrome, that also will have an address bar up the top here as well. Now, www.youtube.com, and that will and pushing enter, or you can also push this button here. That will get you onto YouTube. So this is YouTube. It may look a little bit confusing at first if this is the first time you're looking at the YouTube homepage, but it should get a little bit easier. Now, we're going to go top to bottom, and that will help us so that I can explain a few things. Now, some of the things up the top and even down the bottom are going to be a little bit more complicated things, so they will be things that we will probably discuss in future videos. So the first thing here to look at is the YouTube logo. Now, the YouTube logo is also a home button. So if you're ever somewhere in YouTube and you need to get back to the home because you can't work out how to do it, you can click that and it will come back to this original page here. The second thing that we're looking at here is what they call the menu, or the sidebar menu, And for the you can see that all it does is it shows this menu or hides it. And for the purposes of the video today, because we'll go through that one later on, we're going to just leave it hidden for now. Now the next one along is the search bar, and you can see that's very similar to these search bars or the address bar. Basically it's a space for you to enter your query. So if you were looking for videos on frogs, you would type in frogs and you would either push enter or click the magnifying glass here to search. Moving along, you've got two buttons here. The first one is upload, which is obviously going to allow you to upload your own videos if you wish, and sign in, which would sign you into your account, which will go through how to create an account a little bit later on in a different video. So looking here, I haven't even searched for anything yet, and YouTube is already bringing me hundreds of videos to watch. So there are a lot of people out there that would be able to jump straight onto YouTube without even typing anything up here. They'd spend hours watching things they didn't even know they were looking for. Now, moving down to the bottom, and you can see this expands every time you sort of look for load more videos. It just keeps expanding. But at the very bottom of the page, once you've gotten to the bottom of the page, you'll see a number of things down here. Most websites are going to have these sorts of footers as well. And similarly, you've got the YouTube logo, which does the same thing as the top one. You've got a selection of languages. So if you do speak a different language, you can convert YouTube into any other language that's listed here. You've got your country, so if it's gotten that wrong, which most of the time it's going to have the right country there, you can choose a different country, and that will not change the language, that will tailor the videos that you see, so these videos up here. You've got restricted mode, which would be good for if you're going to let your kids and stuff, younger kids or grandkids watch YouTube. You've got your history, which you can access the videos that you've already watched, and we're stuck there, so we'll use the YouTube button to get back home. And then a really nifty feature here is the help button. So although I aim to try and explain most of the things to you, there's going to be some things that you're going to want to know, and you can simply go through here and look at the articles, or if you were having an issue, I don't know, pirates, then you would be able to search for those things as well. Then you can see a number of search results. They are all search results relating to YouTube help, as opposed to search results relating to YouTube videos. And then you've got a couple of things across here. We're not going to go through these. You can read these at your own leisure. You've got your about, your press. All that's going to give you is information to do with YouTube. That's all. Now that's the YouTube homepage. As always, if any of these concepts are not 100% clear to you, don't hesitate to leave us a message, a comment. There'll be I'll leave other contact methods as well, and we can create a video just for you, so that you're able to understand the concepts just as well as we are. As we say here, we're all about getting everyone on the same page with technology, and the best way to do that is to not be scared to ask a question, and not be scared to tell us that you don't exactly understand the thing that we were talking about. So if you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to leave them, and please do join us for our next video, which is going to be going through the YouTube video screen.